up, brother?
On this episode of Street Customs.
Jesse James, my old friend, called me and said he's got this truck. He wants to do my West Coast touch to it.
You okay with it?
I got Sean and Burnt both working on this chop. Both of them have two different ways of doing
It's
it.
gonna end up like this.
No?
He just made Sean quit. Hey, Rory, who folded that window in half?
I really don't know.
Rory, he don't know what's going on. And I challenge Ryan on it. What you gonna do about this dude, man? How many times is he gonna mess up and we still carry the weight of his mishaps?
With a $5,000 loan from my grandfather and a dream to create the best custom cars in the world, I started West.
I'm here in Long Beach right now to have a meeting with my old friend, Jesse James. Jesse's kind of a crazy guy. I mean, he's world famous for his choppers and, of course, being married to Sandra Bullock.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. He's got this project for me. That's why I'm really here, was he called me and said he's got this truck he wants to redo. I haven't been here in a while. These are just your bug collection?
Yeah, my indoor junkyard.
That's cool. That was off Monster Garage, right?
Yeah, I kept all the good ones.
Yeah, you had to.
Yeah.
Jesse's one of those guys that I've always looked up to since my business has grown like his.
We kind of both started our shops at the same time. And I think since the names are so close, everybody thinks we, like, hate each other or something like that. And we're, you know, we've always been good friends, so I think we lean on each other every couple of years to see what's up.
So where's this truck?
I think it's outside here.
Tell me the story about it. Yeah, that's bitchin'.
So I bought it in 1994, and then I wrecked it, and then fixed it, and then a week later wrecked it again, and I thought it was bad luck, and I sold it to my friend Simo. Then it got stolen, then they found it, and he owed me money, so I got it off of him, and then there it is.
Wow.
It's just like kind of won't go away. It's like a booger. You try to flick it off, and then it's like on your elbow, or then it's on your ear, and, you know, and I started thinking, you know, I'm supposed to have it, so.
What should we do to it? Lay it flat on the ground?
Yeah, I should lay frame and you know, I don't want no mini truck on it.
Yeah, you do.
Obviously, I'm a bike guy first, so having a pickup is for when your bike's broke or when it's raining.
But you want to use it, like you want to like a driver, right?
Yeah, I want to drive
too crazy.
Keep a bench seat so I can have my chick next to me. I still wanted to keep it a pickup, you know.
Yeah.
I want something I can roll to Vegas.
Okay.
You know.
I'll make it dope then.
I trust Ryan. He can do his thing on it and go nuts to a certain point. I don't want no waterfalls and on the dash or none of that stuff.
What about chopping it? Should we chop it a little bit?
You could, just a little bit.
Just a little, I mean, not a lot.
Like 2 or 3 inches?
Yeah, just take a little bit out of it, just to bring it down.
I don't know. Oh, I don't want it to be
You don't want it to be on your head, though.
But you could drop the seat.
Yeah, we can bring that down a lot. So I'm gonna basically do my West Coast touch to it with a little bit of his ideas that he wants to do. I know what we need to do.
Thanks.
And I'll shoot you like a rendering so you can see it and you can say, cool, or go.
Cool. Thanks, bud.
All right, Jess.
See you,
Thanks,
man.
man. Good to see you, bro.
You too.
All right. West Coast Customs is expanding, where I'm doing a West Coast Customs Chevron-based gas station in Santa Monica. I'm gonna bring the truck out there for an unveiling and have Jesse show up to support me with my new adventure whenever I try to always can support him. That's him. Driving that crazy truck, watch. Pull back and get that. Hey! He said strap your seatbelt on. I knew I was in for it. We took a little short lap around to warm up the motor to get it ready, and then when we hit that intersection, I seen that green light. I mean, he punched it. My stomach and my heart like went to my feet.
6,000 pounds, 950 horsepower.
Oh. Can somebody carry me out of here before I puke? Thanks, Jess.
I'm going back to the shop.
It's not that bad.
So the grand opening for our gas station is in 2 weeks, and that's the deadline. We can't miss it. So right now, Jeff, our designer, is working on the renderings of Jesse's truck. So this is a stock truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the roof, bringing it down, is that like 3 inches?
Yeah, it's about
It's crazy,
there.
dude, because you can't really tell. 3 inches and a lot. Change out that front end.
Yeah, I gotta drop that grill.
I definitely have the ideas and the vision of what I want it to look like, and this is a really good way to really sit and go over it. But that's the look, definitely, that's the look.
Yeah.
Maybe throw the exhaust in the side.
Yeah.
Maybe before the axle, that way we don't have to worry about it getting in the way of the airbags.
Yeah.
He's gonna do a couple changes that I had. I'm gonna come back, go over it with him, and then hopefully shoot the rendering over to Jesse. Because this truck is for Jesse, I really want to get into this one with Sean and work on it hands-on, kind of give myself a little break from the normal, everyday drama that I deal with. Let's break it down. I really want to get back into the groove of working on cars again. These metal fender wells have to come out before the fender.
Yeah, there's screws all up in there.
Be a little rusty in the beginning, but, you know, I'll knock it out with them. This brings back old memories, you know?
Somebody told me that you were working.
So what? You want to come help?
No, I just wanna get proof that you were working.
It's free. How about them apples? Let's pull the body. That's how we do it here at the Chop Shop. Me and Sean knocked it out. The whole thing is stripped down, body's off, frames out. How about that?
Just taking the front windshield off it, the window cracked, but it was still solid. And what I like to do is I keep those windows so when I do the chop, I can test fit those windows and I can weld around them. So we took a break, and when I came back, the windshield was sitting on the floor folded into 2 pieces. I put it against the wall, personally.
Yeah.
The other way.
I never touched it.
Somebody took it upon themselves, I guess, to fold it in half and throw it away. I always keep them because I can test fit it, you know, in the process of doing everything. Well, that's a mystery that'll never be answered.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to know who did it.
Maybe when cockroaches and running around here push it.
Hey, Rory, I have a serious question to ask you. Who folded that window in half?
I don't know, because Sean told me make sure.
Don't say you don't know if you really know.
I really don't know.
Okay.
Because I know how much he needed it.
Are you getting us another one? Rory's main responsibility here at the shop is to get parts. So whether or not he broke the windshield or not, it's his job to get a new one and get it to Sean right away.
Coming up on Street Customs.
Has anybody seen Rory? So did you not get the dash today?
So what's up with the dash?
Rory, I don't know if he understands his deadline's in 2 weeks. If not, maybe he needs to just go find another job. Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's up?
So I just emailed Jesse the rendering of what the truck's gonna look like. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page so I can build this thing and get it to you.
No, it looks bitchin'.
Can you see we chopped it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's not too much, but it's like, it looks good. I'm going to do the exhaust out the side if you're cool with that.
No, it looks cool.
Went over a couple little details on it that I want to do, and he liked the way it looks. I'll keep you posted. Thanks, Jess.
Okay.
All right.
See you
Thanks.
later. Bye.
It's ready to start building. Bada bing, bada boom. Watch your feet. And be careful with my bench seat.
I like doing them bars across, like in here.
I got Sean and Bert both working on this chop.
Everything stays parallel.
No, they're caving in a little bit.
Both of them have 2 different ways of doing it. Sean's old school, more of the mini truck side, and then you got Bert, that's more of the hot rod and the custom side.
Needs a little bit of that.
Well, yeah, but you shouldn't have to split this.
So some way, they're gonna have to meet in the middle and just get the chop done.
No, I got nothing here about skin it.
Yeah. What happens between me and Burnt, as far as our different styles and our different attitudes toward doing it, we will find out soon.
want to weld. Can I weld something?
Okay.
Here, let me do it. You got to keep your structure solid. So that's why we weld in all the braces. If you don't do it and you try to chop it, nothing's going to line up, from your doors to your glass to basically the whole truck is going to be really tweaked. One of the reasons having Bert and Sean both do it at the same time, the time frame. We need to get this thing done quick. This will probably be a couple-hour chop opposed to a couple-day chop.
It's a couple of days' work to do it. I'm do it the right way. Yeah, I want to do it my way and do it right.
Are we gonna have to pie cut it?
No?
To bring it in? We're gonna end up like this.
No?
Yeah. I've done a crap load of them, and he's done a crap load of them, and we've done it our own ways, and there's places I'd cut where he'd cut different.
The roof inside, you drop the panel off.
To be honest, I'm probably compromising more than him, because I don't feel like being confrontational.
Honestly, Sean probably inside is very angry and, you know, wanted to do it his way. He kind of holds it in, and that's why he has ulcers right now.
You can cut it right in the center here.
And the main thing he's doing that's different is actually splitting the roof. I don't like doing that because it starts changing measurements. Now it's a matter of cutting the posts and leaning the front window down and bringing the roof down.
A good chop. Yeah,
Oh, well, that sucked.
the first time, yeah?
No.
No?
No. How do you keep thinking this is the first time I've done one of these?
I don't know. Get going.
You just made Sean quit. You just made Sean quit. Okay, so Mark from Custom Rod Gauges, he's built us plenty of gauges, and I think for this truck, Mark can come up with something pretty good. Has anybody seen Rory? Hey, does anybody know where Rory went? Mark is here to do the gauges for Jesse's truck, and he needs the dash. And I've been looking around, and there's no dash. So did you not get the dash today?
I'll call right now.
Bad news is there is no dash till tomorrow morning.
So what's up with the dash? We wanted to get the measurements, but he has no dash. So now I can't take it, so it's just going to delay my build.
I know that I tried my very hardest to get that stuff.
It's already 2 days into this build, and we haven't received any parts besides the parts that Jesse gave us with the truck. That truck has to be done in 2 weeks.
All right.
Sean says he's asked you for a week already to figure out the accessories for the motor, because the motor has no accessories on it.
He said he needed to get the motor in.
How come you always have a different story than Sean? I don't want it to be like this Hummer project where at the last day we're trying to find parts and, you know, there's a laundry list of parts that still need to be figured out. Rory, I don't know if he understands his deadline's in 2 weeks. If not, maybe he needs to just go find another job. What's going on, guys?
Fixing Chevy window mechanisms.
How we doing? Besides going backwards. Right now, what you're seeing is the differences between two builders, an old schooler from one side of the track and a new schooler from the other side of the track. Well, last time I came out here, everything was tacked up and ready to be welded, and now it's all different again. This is a one-day chop that turned into a 3-day chop. So the issues are figured out, and we're moving forward, and we're still gonna be done tonight?
Done tonight?
Yeah, well, done enough to,
I locked the door.
we just gotta weld it.
I welded it up there.
Oh,
What's the next steps?
everything's just tacked together right now. There's nothing at all that's finalized.
And the window works good here. We're about to start to weld it up.
I know he would have liked to have had the chop done by now and the body to the body shop by now. I would have too. I mean, I essentially got put back at least a day by having to work with somebody else.
Well, one of these chops don't take you usually this long. I mean, would have been, I mean, this is like a 300C chop, the amount of time you would use.
We.
Yeah, that's 2 times the amount of money. Okay, so tomorrow noon, me and you weld this thing up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's our plan.
Sure.
So we can get it set up for that?
Trying.
Okay. So I gave Sean the deadline. Basically, by 1 o'clock tomorrow, I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna help you do the final welding on it, and we're moving it to the body shop by tomorrow night. Okay, see you later, bye.
Bye.
Coming up on Street Customs.
You need a med rest and a pillow or something?
Dude, what's up with the hat?
That's the way I do it, man. I'm always at war.
Today's game plan for Sean on the Jesse James truck is basically he's gonna finish up the cab, finish up the chop that's left on it, weld everything up from the inside out, and get it over to the body shop so the body shop can start it. Hopefully by end of today, get this thing going.
I'm working on the driver's side door a little bit. The cab's got to be finished by tonight, so I'm just gonna have to push hard and get it all wrapped up today. Feeling strong today? What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get the cab and put it up on its back. 1, 2, 3. That way, when I'm working on it, instead of working upside down, I'll actually be welding, straight ahead of me. So that'll be a lot easier to do the pad work. I have to weld the inner roof skin in. On these trucks, instead of having an outer skin and braces that go underneath of the roof, they actually have the top layer and then a complete solid layer underneath it. When we chopped it, since we cut the roof in a couple of pieces, we cut that whole area out and put it off to the side to do all the work. And now that the roof skin's on, the upper skin, and we've hammered out whatever things we need to hammer out, now I can weld that piece back in.
You need a med rest and a pillow or something?
Yeah.
Don't fall asleep.
Sure.
You start snoring a little bit loud, it'll wake you up.
Make a filler piece to go in the slot where we widen the roof. If you hadn't widened the roof, I'd just be able to weld it straight down. A little extra time. Ooh, what's up with the hat?
This is the way I do it, man. I'm always at war. I'm the enforcer around here, so they send me hats from different wars. This particular one was from the Russian Revolutionary War, 1917.
Really?
So that's how far back my anger goes.
1917, huh?
Yeah.
Hi, Sean. I wanted to show my guys on this build. It's me getting back in the groove and working on these cars with these guys.
Jump in. Jump in and do that side.
So I said, you know what, Sean? I'm gonna jump in there with you, and let's get it done together.
What I started over there, just finish where I started.
Where's the welding? I told him we'd be over there in 45 minutes with this.
Okay. Okay, down. There we go.
Bert, what's going on? You ready to move this 2-day chop? We handled it. We pushed it over to the body shop. They're ready to go for tomorrow morning. They're gonna get this thing done. We get primer on it by Monday? The chop was a little bit behind schedule, but it got done. I know it got done right. It got done by 3 of the best guys out there, so thank you. What more could you ask for? It's gonna be me and Sean on the chassis. He'll do one side, I'll do the other side, and we'll knock it out. Can we cut this out now?
Yeah. Any little help that I can get from Ryan is appreciated.
What do you think?
It's a little high. How's it on the front side?
High a little bit.
What he's doing has been fair. A little off here and there, but it's just metal. We can weld it up and shape it down and adjust.
You're trying to catch me on fire?
No. And he's hoping.
Japan is calling. Hold on.
But every 10 minutes, you get pulled away for a meeting or a phone call or whatever. So I'm back on it by myself.
So I want to cut a Jesse James logo right here. I was thinking about making some logos for the door panels. Most of the time we do a stitching on the headrests, on the seats.
How's it going?
But this time I was thinking like something more creative. Jesse James is all about metal. Like, if you see his bikes, he's always inventing things for his bikes. So with Jesse James on metal, I thought it was a really cool idea if I make his name on aluminum.
I went down and saw Ish, and he needs a couple of these scripts cut out on the Hydrojet that say Jesse James. I come up here on the computer and dig through my font folders and find some fonts that look like they might work for us. Show Ish, we'll pick one. You know, I can, like, you know, fatten them up a little bit.
I like these ones.
The top one?
Yeah.
Yeah? You wanna go with it? And then take it down to the Hydrojet, load it into the computer, and get it cut out. Good, bad, yeah?
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm telling you, man, you and me together, we can be like Batman and Robin. We can be unstoppable, unbeatable.
I don't know, man.
I like to see people, see what I mean, and get their ideas, what they want, what they like. So something new.
Hey, man.
See? It's my boy. I like to work with people like that. Always in a good mood.
Hey, yeah, those wheels is here, man. You know, Roy never sent them out. No, but they're here. Got a phone call from this client of ours calling regarding some rims for a Corvette that we built. Roy's supposed to have them sent out for powder coating. I guess you're supposed to send those wheels out, huh?
Yeah. No, Scott told me that he had them sold if I got them powder coated.
If you got them powder coated, but you never took them out to get them powder coated.
Well, he told me he had them sold in Arizona, and I don't know what that had to do with the salesman or the anything. When I was told that.
The point thing is you're supposed to have them sent out, right?
No,
what color are they supposed to be?
I was told that if I got them powder coated black, Scott had them sold.
If you got them powder coated black, so they're supposed to be sent out and done black, and you never had them sent out. I asked Roy about it, and of course, as usual, he don't know what's going on. He has a very vague memory of what's supposed to be done with the wheels, but he knows what color they're supposed to be. So now I got the clients in here waiting on his wheels that's not done.
All right, Dick.
Yeah, I know.
All right, buddy.
We tried.
It was good talking to you, though.
Yeah, it was.
Very informative.
Hey, that's your employee, man. I ain't messing with him. And I challenge Ryan on it. What you gonna do about this dude, man? That's your employee. How many times he gonna mess up and we still carry the weight of his mishaps? What you gonna do about this dude here, man?
Ask Garnet.
Where the hell is Garnet at anyway?
I hired Garnet last month to help us with SEMA, and now that I'm taking a more active role down here on the floor, I'm gonna have him help me manage the shop, which really allows me to have more time on the build and less time on the phone.
Rory, this dude's character right here is flawed.
You've talked to Ryan about this?
Yeah, Ryan said go tell Garnet.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling something was going to come down with his. Been too many things directed at him, you know, from every angle, from every department, from almost every one.
Lying all the time. I mean,
all the
just
time. That's
unnecessary.
That's what I meant by the stories.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so bad he catches himself. He tells you one story in the morning and it's different by the afternoon.
Yeah. Put him on, you know, an extended suspension.
Yeah.
If it was put in my hands, it'd be cut and dry. Pack your stuff and get up out the building.
We'll talk about it when Ryan's got time later tonight or something.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Thanks, Dean.
Coming up on Street Customs.
Brian's gonna be hitting it up in the paint booth, spraying some color today.
I know he's real skilled with crayons, but actually with a spray gun, that's gonna be some interesting mess to see.
Jeff cut me the logos, the Jesse James name yesterday, but it was just rough aluminum pieces. So what I'm doing right now, I'm sanding it a little bit with sandpaper. After that, I have to polish it to make it look chrome, because that's the whole purpose. It has to be like super shiny. So when Jesse opens his door, he can see his name right on the door. These pieces actually have to be done by hand, carefully, because they're fragile. This is aluminum, so I have to handle with care. Polishing, sanding, polish, sanding, polish, back and forth, until I make those pieces like blink, blink to the fullest. Show me, homie, because I'm just guessing how to do it. Mauricio, you know, he's the master of polishing and sanding. When it comes to make anything shine, that's Mauricio's thing right there. So Mauricio came through and gave me the compound and some other stuff. And that was exactly what I'm looking for help and the right stuff to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah. A little bit of ketchup, mustard, jalapenos. After a minute, they're done. All I gotta do is move to the next step. I put some foam on the door panels, put the emblems on top, trace them, cut the pieces off, and then wrap them in leather and put the logos back on the door panel. Done deal.
Now that we got the cab on the chassis, we hung the doors. We have to set all the parts on the car and basically block it all out, body work it all together as one. Everything seems to be fitting okay. Not bad. We do it all as one piece, so that way we get precise gaps, nice alignments, and that way we know that it's gonna fit. Now that we got the cab and all the fenders hung, we're pretty happy with the alignment, so now we can finish up our work. Tonight, all the guys are gonna get together and make sure all the bodywork's ready, and we're gonna try to reprime it tonight, so that way all we have to do is sand it and get it ready for paint.
You know, Ryan is the one that called the shots. He's the one that said it's good or not. I've been waiting for him to approve everything I've been working on.
Hate the brown and the black. Ish jumped the gun, he did it two-tone, and I didn't really like it. He should have did a lighter tan, so now he's gotta redo it.
Okay, so you want to change to black? No black at all.
This brown looks good, and I think this will look good with the burgundy.
Trust me. Now that I have the chance to redo the whole seat, I'm gonna change the design on it. I'd rather start all over from scratch again.
What is that, like a cream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Custard.
I like it.
And brown.
Yep.
I wanna redo the seat. I understand that whatever you do in the car industry, you never end learning. Because it's always something different, always different. So for me, it's better. When I have the chance to practice more, the better I make myself.
Ryan's really gotten his hands dirty with this truck that we're building for Jesse James. From what I understand, he's gonna be hitting it up in the paint booth, spraying some color today. Heard you're gonna be painting.
Welding last week, spraying candy this week, and then he's gonna sprout wings and fly 2 weeks from now.
And I don't want to this up either, because we'll have to repaint the whole car then.
We're gonna have you spray the sealer first. We always start on the back. If there's any ups, you keep it over there where the guy doesn't see it every time he walks up to the car.
So when I started West Coast Customs, I did a whole lot of the work myself. But as the company grew, I started to handle a lot more of the business side of it. There's been so many changes with the technology, especially in the paint department. This is gonna be a little tricky in the beginning, but I'm sure I'll get the hang of it.
You wanna watch the wetness and keep it consistent and keep it wet all the way through.
That's gonna be some interesting mess to see because I know he's real skilled with the crayons, but actually with a spray gun, I'm not too sure he knows what he's doing.
Keep that gun moving. And you don't want to turn the gun, you want to actually sweep it. Like you're brushing it.
They are doing a candy paint. Candy is much harder to lay down than some of your normal colors and stuff like that.
Keep it flat, don't turn it. There's a lot of thought that goes into painting the car, and I think he kind of realizes that, we make it look easy.
It is a lot of work. It's a lot more work than I remember it being.
Now get the back of it. You gotta kind of hold the hose up and keep it around, and watch your shirt.
The maneuvering you gotta get used to because everything's kind of crammed in here to shoot it all at the same time. So you gotta be careful, but at the same time, I think I'm doing all right.
Seeing Ryan out here on the floor and actually getting involved, cutting, welding, and then painting, it brings him back to the level of one of the guys, It lets us see, too, that he's not just a guy sitting on a desk making phone calls all day long.
I think I'm done.
Coming up on Street Customs.
Ryan just came up to me with a paint sample from Jesse's truck. So now the paint color make the interior look straight out ugly. So what can I do?
So this truck's gonna have air suspension, which allows the truck to sit completely on the ground. It works with an airbag in between the chassis and the suspension, and it inflates and deflates with the push of a button. It sounds simple, but Joe and Sean got to figure out how to make the system work.
We can put bags here and here. It would be weird.
Against it right here.
Joe and I bounce things back and forth. The other thing, too, is put the airbags here, here, here. You know, he's like the son I have, and I'm like the dad that he doesn't really have, and we can yell at each other and curse at each other and throw things at each other, and it's all in good fun. Okay, so we do it like that. Go ahead and build our bag brackets off the axle.
I pretty much got put in charge of the airbag mounts in the rear, so I was just trying to get those finished and looking good. Trying to get those bag mounts uniform left to right.
Yeah, that's level.
That's not straight with the world.
Sure it is.
Uh-huh. We kind of got in each other's hair for a minute, but that didn't last too long. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish welding everything up.
So after Chivo shot the last coat of paint on Jesse's truck, I realized it was a lot darker and a lot more brown than what I expected. So I need to go meet with Ish again and figure out this interior. Hey, Ish, where's the interior for Jesse's truck?
Ryan just came up to me with a paint sample from Jesse's truck. What's it? Oh, no, it's totally the opposite, homie. And that's totally like 100 miles way different from the first one that he told me it was gonna be. Look.
It's just not what I was picturing.
So now the paint color make the interior look straight out ugly. And it's already done or what?
It's done.
Well, at this point, I was like 65% done with the truck. Door panels done, headliner, pillars, seats. But what can I do?
You're good. You're styling.
So you wanted to do it in this color?
Yes. That color with the brown. Right? Plan really right now on Jesse's truck is me and Joe are gonna hit it pretty hard. We're gonna get the gas tank mounted.
What are you doing here?
Nothing, I just trying to do you a favor.
Uno, dos, tres.
Joe, watch your back, watch your back. From there, we're gonna mount the cab.
Slowly.
And then from there, we're gonna mount the bed.
One of the changes that we're gonna make on Jesse's truck is we're gonna add much wider wheels. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the wheel tubs wider also. There's many different ways of doing it. I just went ahead and picked one. I just took the wheel tub, cut it in half, brought it inside on both sides.
How do you know this is cut straight?
Because I cut it. We're gonna add a strip of metal in there, and now we got room for big tires and all the airbag brackets. Yeah, it's good.
We only have a couple days left till the reveal, so there's a lot of stuff that still needs to be done. A lot of this stuff is lying on Rory's plate right now. Rory has a lot of the major key components to get this truck finished. We're still waiting for it from Rory.
That fitting is a straight. I need a 45 fitting.
Oh.
And I can't. Rory is the parts manager. New parts, used parts, whatever we need for this truck, I need them as soon as I can.
We still have major parts missing, like brake master cylinder and drive shaft, you know, nothing too important, really. Went ahead and went to the cart that had all the original parts that we took off of Jesse's truck and pulled everything off and went through everything. The thing that the parts guy should have done so we knew what we had and what we didn't have. How many times did I tell him to go through and do this?
I sent him to the junkyard to get me that bracket, and it's sitting right here.
Yeah, well.
Hey, did Rory come back?
Yeah, and I just sent him somewhere again to get me the right part for the fuel line.
We need to have a serious talk with him before we keep sending him.
I wrote the list down for him, and he still couldn't do it.
I need rivets that size.
I want the engine to be fired because I want to make sure everything's working on it. There's one thing Jesse isn't going to accept is a truck that we got to bring back and redo some stuff. You got fuel lines?
They're done.
You need gas?
Yep.
All right, I'll get somebody to get gas. Rory needs to go get gas because the engine won't fire without gas. He has a suspended driver's license, so I think today's his lesson needs to be he has to walk to the gas station with the gas can for gas for Jesse James's truck.
Your license, do you have it? I need to see it today.
No, I don't have it.
When are you gonna get it?
I'll go this week.
This week? You've been saying that for 3 weeks.
I haven't had a chance, Garnet.
I can't let you drive, you know?
Okay.
And then you can get some gas, too. That's the first thing you gotta do is get gas for these cars. I don't know, you gotta figure it out, man.
Okay, can I just do it one more day?
No. I think you should walk and get some gas. Not that far.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you need the gas first?
Yeah, we need gas.
All right, I'll go get the gas right now.
I don't know what I'm going to do about Rory. I don't really have anybody to replace him right now, so I guess I'm not going to fire him.
Coming up on Street Customs.
Really, honestly, makes me sick each time we do an assembly like this.
I got water running all over me.
Tell me what you think.
Look at that truck.
Today is the day. Less than 4 hours, we gotta load up and get out of here. We gotta be at the West Coast Customs Chevron gas station by 3. We have a huge unveiling there. Jesse's gonna be there. A lot of press is gonna be there. It's a lot of stress, but I think we're gonna be all right.
I want to bump the suspension up a little bit. Yeah, we got a couple hours before the truck's gotta be finished. Hoods gotta go on, grills gotta go on, marker lights, turn signals. The bed can go right on. There's absolutely nothing stopping us from putting the bed on. And I guess the whole cab is not color tinted or buffed yet. And we have to do the complete exhaust system.
That's a lot of to do in 2 hours.
Yeah. The guys are all hustling. Everybody's sticking to the goal, you know, giving an hour before I start freaking out.
I got water running all over me. From right here, the engine compartment.
Really, honestly, makes me sick each time we do an assembly like this because the stress is just unbearable. We just got so much pressure put on top of us.
Rachel, we need to leave in 20 minutes. How are we looking? I'm hovering over these guys every 2 minutes today. I'm gonna check in, check in, check in, check in.
The truck is completely put together, touch-ups here and there, everything's wired. We have assembled the whole truck.
I'm really happy the way Jesse's truck turned out, starting with the chop. I mean, the chop, I think, was perfect, the way we slanted it. Paint color, I think we hit it right on the nose. It's exactly the way I like it. I think Ish did an awesome job on the interior. We didn't see eye to eye a couple times on it, but the end result was exactly what we were looking for. And then the exhaust, it was something that we designed, didn't know if we could possibly do it. Joe pulled it off. And on the bed of the truck, we did the Line X on it so Jesse could throw a bike in the back. And then, of course, we widened up the wheel well so we could lay this truck down and have some huge wheels on it. Now I gotta go take it for a test drive and head down to the unveiling. The big thing about Jesse's truck is to make sure the suspension works right, so I'm gonna be messing with that a little bit. Runs good. It wants to get on the freeway and really take off. But the airbags feel good. I love air suspension. I miss this. This kind of stuff is where I started, so I like it. We did the whole motor swap in it, added all this new components, so I'm gonna make sure everything works before we go deliver to Jesse. Unveiling this truck to Jesse is definitely like one of those nervous feelings really for me, just because he's definitely a critic. He's gonna critique a lot of stuff probably, but at the end of the day, he's gonna know I built him a badass. Ready, we're just waiting on Jesse. Hopefully he shows up soon. To the hood.
I was kind of, I don't know, I felt like a badass CEO a little bit when I rolled up here because I was like, okay, let's see what little Ryan can do.
Here's what I'm wondering. I want to see if I got the color right.
The projects we've done in the past, I've always kind of like dictated. This time I just let him do his thing.
Tell me what you think.
That's awesome. Look at that truck.
It's crazy, right?
Wow, it looks good. You know what's cool? It looks like the same truck, though, a little bit. You know, you can still see it. That looks badass. It kind of made me a little sentimental when I saw it. I'm like, oh, man, there's my old truck. It reminds me, like, when I first saw that truck in, like, 1990. It's cool. It looks good.
Yeah, Sean raked the roof down, I think, about 2.5 inches, something like
That's
that.
perfect.
3 inches? Yeah.
You can't even tell. That's what's cool, you know?
Yeah, it's subtle. I think my favorite thing is the chop. To chop and then lean it in back, I would have never thought to do that. I probably would have never had the to do that. It's good. It's totally me, too. You did it perfect. You know, some people want over the top. I want to kind of just, like, people catch it on the second look. They'll see it like, oh, that thing's badass. It's just cool, you know? It's just enough. Perfect.
Definitely exactly what he wanted. I kind of felt that when I was building the truck. You know, me and him see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. That's definitely the old school truck that we were looking to build back from the roots. I think he's stoked. You want to go drive it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
It's over the top cool. You know, it's like beyond my expectations. It's definitely here to stay. Probably give it to my son.
Jesse, that was one thing he always used to say to me is, you need to get back into the shop. You need to start working on cars again. I want to see your fingernails dirty. So this was a good way to show him. I built his truck for him.